Hi students, welcome to today's class. Have you studied the previous parts? I hope all of you studied it so far. We studied about 3 empires in the previous classes. Do you remember it? Which are they? They are first one Roman Empire, second one Arab Empire, third one Ottoman Empire. Very good. So today we will learn about Mongol Empire, Mali Empire, China and Japan. Mongol Empire. Mongolia is the region between Russia and China in Central Asia. It is a region characterized by vast meadows, deserts and mountains. The climate of Mongolia is extreme, severely hot in summer and extremely cold in winter. The Mongols were nomads who lived in tents. There were different tribes among the Mongols who always roamed around on horses. It was Genghis Khan who unified them and founded the Mongolian Empire. The seat of Genghis Khan was at Karakoram on the banks of the river Onon in Siberia. The chief characteristic feature of the Mongol army was its strong cavalry. The main attraction of the army was the small cannons which could be used while sitting on horseback. Genghis Khan also maintained a well-organized espionage. To connect the distant places of the empire with the administrative center, the Mongolians introduced postal system using horses. This communication system was known as courier. The courier system of Genghis Khan was speedy and effective. Next, Mali Empire. The Mali Empire was one of the famous empires of medieval Africa. The center of administration was Mali in West Africa. Kengan Musa was a famous ruler of medieval Africa who was known in European records as Mansa Musa. Mali had huge treasures of gold and hence it was a very wealthy region at that time. Timbuktu in the Empire of Mali was the most important cultural and commercial center of medieval Africa. Merchants from Venice, Granada, and Genoa reached Timbuktu for marketing their merchandise such as gold and ivory. It was also a center of slave trade. The University of Timbuktu was one of the leading centers of knowledge of that period. The university attracted students from all parts of the world. The great mosque constructed by Kengan Musa at Timbuktu was the leading center of Islamic studies during the medieval period. Next, China and Japan. China and Japan were the countries in Asia where efficient administrative system existed during the medieval period. In the initial stage of the medieval period, China was ruled by Tang dynasty. The sovereignty of the country was vested in the emperor. State officials were selected after conducting competitive examination based on the criteria of education and excellence. The Tang rulers were tolerant towards all religions and were great promoters of trade and commerce. After the Tang dynasty, China was ruled by Song, Ming and Manchu dynasties. Medieval Japan. In medieval Japan also the emperor was the supreme head in political affairs. But the administration was overhauled by the feudal lords known as shoguns. Land was under their control. It was under the shoguns that Tokyo emerged as the center of power. Review. First, Mongol Empire. The Mongols were nomads who lived in tenants. Genghis Khan, who unified Mongols and founded Mongolian Empire. The chief characteristic feature of the Mongol army was its strong cavalry. Small cannons were used. Genghis Khan also maintained a well-organized espionage. Mongolians introduced postal system using horses. Communication system was known as courier. Next is Mali Empire. Kangan Musa was a famous ruler. In European records, he was known as Mansa Musa. Mali had huge treasures of gold. Chemchiu was the most important cultural center. It was also a center of slave trade. The great mosque constructed by Kangan Musa at Chemchiu was the leading center of Islamic studies. Next, China and Japan. China was ruled by Tang dynasty. Tang rulers were tolerant towards all religion and great promoters of trade and commerce. After Tang dynasty, China was ruled by Song, Ming and Manchu dynasty. In medieval Japan, the emperor was the supreme head. Feudal lords known as shoguns. Hope all of you understood the topic. If you have any doubt regarding this section, please inform us through the class WhatsApp group. Thank you.